What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Money. I'm Nikolay Timoshchuk Jr. and today we are going to be talking about it's not how much money you make, it's how much money you spend. Lots and lots and lots of people out here in the world that make a lot of money, but they also spend a lot of money, which means nothing in return because then you have nothing to show for it. What's the point in making a lot of money if you're spending almost all of it or even more than you actually have, which is called credit, which we've talked about quite a few times. Different setting for this video, I'll show you why, but right now we gotta jump right into talking about it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you spend, because there are so many different things about that really could help change your life and help the way that your finances look. Personal finance is something that everyone really doesn't understand fully, but once you start to grasp the idea of what exactly is going on with personal finances, you start realizing that, hey, guess what? I can actually save a ton of money to be able to do the things that I want to be able to get the things that I need, and to have a little extra money just in case an emergency happens. So let's jump right into talking about a few of the things you can do to really monitor what you make and what you actually give back out to the world, whatever that may be. I hope this actually helps you kind of build a platform of being able to hold your money a little bit and start building for a future where your personal finances are extremely important. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is living below your means. How can I do that? What does that even mean? And what does that entail? Okay, let's talk. So living below your means. Let's say you make $50,000 a year and you actually live as if you only make about $25,000 to $30,000. If you do the math on that, what does that leave you at the end of the year? I'm talking pre-tax money. You make 50, you spend 30, you have $20,000 left over. Some people make 100, they spend 100, they have $0 left over, and in a lot of cases they own nothing and they just have nothing to show for it, which is all fine and good if that works for you. But I'm a big proponent and I'm a big advocate for talking about how you can live below your means so that you can save up your wealth. And I call it wealth because that's what you have to think. You have to think forward, right? You can't sit there and think, oh, I don't make enough money. I wish I could buy this, that, and the other. If you think that you just make enough, live below that, you will start building your personal finances, you will start building your wealth, and then you'll thank yourself and thank me later on a video in a comment section. Who knows when? Maybe 2 years from now, maybe 30 days from now. Who knows what happens, but that would be kind of cool to see, to know that you're starting that life of living below your means. You don't have to spend everything you make. Now I get it. If you don't make that much money and you're living paycheck to paycheck, that is a lot harder to do right there. But if you're making a good amount of money and you're spending all of it just because you can, that is a recipe for disaster. You don't want to do that. Start helping yourself by living below your means. See what it actually takes to live month after month after month. Food, necessities, have a little entertainment, make sure all your bills are paid, do all those things, make sure all your responsibilities are taken care of, see what you can do for a little bit of entertainment, going out to eat, having some fun with friends or family, whoever that is, and then see what you can actually save if you buckle down and live below your means. That's something extremely important, and I promise you it will help you start saving your money, and your finances will thank you later. So I told you I would let you know what I'm doing and why I'm in a different setting. Well, I'm in Hawaii right now, and I'm enjoying this amazing weather and getting away from my home in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So as you can see, there's ocean right there. We got a lot of good stuff going on, great weather. I love it. You should love it. But without further ado, hold on one second. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. Turn on your post notifications. Make sure you hit that like button, that share button, and make sure you drop a comment below so we can keep reaching people all around the world, no matter where they are. But anyway, sorry about this terrible commercial. Let me get back to what we're talking about. Now, one of the tougher things is getting blinded by what other people think. So let's say you're with your colleagues and everybody makes a certain amount of money and you're sitting there and you're talking about it and you're like, yeah, I make $40,000 a year or $50,000 a year, and your buddy makes $100,000 a year and he has the new Tesla and he has the new apartment complex, that just got built. He's got a nice studio apartment in there, or she, or whoever it is, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I only make $50,000. I'm still living with my parents, but guess what? Your buddy who is sitting there spending that money, that $100,000 to show you this cool lifestyle, yes, Is he enjoying it? Absolutely, I'm sure, and I hope he is. I don't know why you spend $100,000 and not enjoy your life. But you, by making $50,000, living with your parents, not having to pay all the bills and being able to save up that money, you actually are setting yourself up for a profitable, personal finance agenda. You're helping yourself in that sense. And you're actually letting yourself get ahead. Now, it's very easy to start sitting around with your colleagues and your friends and everybody and going, I have the new car and I got the new iPhone and I got the new laptop and I got the new apartment. I've got all these cool things, and you're still living with your parents. That starts to play mind games on you, and you're like, this kind of sucks. I wish I had the new car. I wish I had the new Tesla. I wish I had the fancy phone, and I wish I had the fancy, whatever it is, the clothes, whatever people are buying to make themselves feel better. All those things, they don't work for everybody. So you need to just find, that fine, medium of like, hey, where am I? What am I doing in life? And what do I really want to be doing? Don't get blinded about what other people think, because that really will push you away from getting yourself ahead when you're talking about personal finances. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is deciding what a comfortable life is for you. So remember, we've been talking about how much money you make. We've been talking about how much money you spend, but you need to just sit down and reflect and say, hey, what is actually a comfortable life for me? This is about you. This is not about anybody else. This is not about the competition you have with your buddies. This isn't about the, how much money you actually make. It's what is comfortable. Is living with my parents still comfortable? Is living in my own apartment comfortable? Is only living in my own house comfortable? What actually makes sense to you? And then reevaluate, like, hey, those are my comfortable lifestyles, right? I want to go out to eat 5 times a week. I want to go out to, do this, and I want to go to movies, and I want to go buy a new car. See what comfortable is, and then scale it back. Do not just think because this is where comfortable is, this is where I have to be. It's called sacrifice. When you look at wealthy individuals in the world, when you look at people that have set themselves up and their kids and their kids' kids and these billionaires and millionaires, these people did not live comfortable their entire life. They sacrificed. They made sure they took the time to work hard. They trusted the process. They made sure that everything they were doing led up to that point of becoming a millionaire or billionaire or whatever you envision yourself to be. I have a lot of dreams and aspirations, and I'm going to make them happen, but you have to do the same exact thing. I can't do it for you. Nobody else can. So figure out what comfortability looks like for you, and don't be afraid to knock it down a notch or 2 or 3, because in order to get to this point, you have to climb. You don't just jump from bottom to top and all of a sudden you're a millionaire. It doesn't work like that unless you hit the lottery, and then that's kind of scary because most of those people go down a really, really, really bad path when they just get a bunch of money and they don't know what to do with it. Get comfortable and break it down a few notches to see how can I start building, and you'll appreciate reaching this level when you're able to actually climb up that ladder. Now, the fourth thing that I will tell you to do, and which I think is one of the most important things, is force yourself to save. It's very easy to get caught up. It's very easy to just let life happen and start spending, and then all of a sudden your good habits that you once had turn into bad spending habits, and then you start buying everything you want. And here in America especially, we live in the most consumer market possible in the entire world. Like, everybody is just putting ads out and ads out and ads out, trying to make you buy their products. And guess what Americans do? They go, here, take my money, take my money, take my money. You can have it. No matter how many ads you see, no matter how many commercials you see, it doesn't matter what you end up seeing. You're gonna force yourself to save that money, and that in return will set you up for a brighter future. Your personal finances will be amazing. You'll start thanking yourself. You're gonna be that person that all your colleagues talk about when you guys hit a certain age, when you're like 30 to 35, and you're like, man, he really or she really did it the right way. She or he did not care what they were doing, what their friends were doing, who was spending money where. You will be the talk of the town, and that's what a lot of people want. Well, then you can start helping people get ready with those personal finances, but you must force yourself to save. Whatever that looks like to you, setting an agenda, setting rules, setting things in place that really keep you accountable so that you're not just spending money left and right. It's very easy to just get away with things and just start throwing money here and there, and next thing you know, you bought a coffee, you bought some food, you bought this, you bought that, you bought this. when you could have cooked at home, you could have made your own coffee, you could have did a couple things that saved you about $10,000 to $15,000 over a year's time, and all of a sudden all that money is gone. And then now what? What are you gonna do? Well, start forcing yourself to save, and you will thank me later. You'll thank yourself later first, but you'll thank me also in a comment in the YouTube sections. You probably will do that. Now, in summary, I'm telling you these things because I want you to get ahead with your personal finances. I'm not just here giving you all this information so that you laugh about it, joke about it. I want you to actually take this serious. Your personal finances matter when you say they matter, when you actually start taking action. You can't think about it too much. You can't just let it sit there and just dwell and dwell and dwell. You have to take action. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you spend. Anybody can make $100,000 and spend $100,000. That's a very easy thing to do. You can make $100,000 and spend $200,000 because wherever you are, if you have a decent credit score and you're making 100 grand a year, guess what? You'll be able to spend $200,000 or $300,000 easily, but you only make 100, and that's where people mess up. Spend your $100,000 when you're making way more than that. Don't spend a full 100 if you're only making 100. Take the time, force yourself to do these certain things, save the money. Don't worry about what people are thinking. Just take the time to be you. Figure out what comfortable looks like. Break it down a few notches, work your way up. You don't have to spend everything that you make just to compete with people around you that honestly don't care about you once they go home at the end of the night. Worry about your own finances. Make yourself get ahead by doing the right things. You will thank yourself later, I promise you that. However, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, I ask you to go ahead and please hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that bell, turn on your post notifications, hit that like button, hit that share button, and drop a comment below letting me know exactly what you want to talk about so we can keep reaching awesome people around the world that are excited about finance as much as I am. Alrighty folks, I can't wait to see you on the next video. I hope you all have an awesome day. Peace out.